I went, stole my dad's booze. I would drink, I would vomit, I would drink. I feel nauseous, I would drink, I feel bad. But I was determined that by the time I'm going to Form 2, I would be able to drink and smoke so that I could get a girlfriend, or the drink would kill me, one of the above. I saw my dad on Kenyatta Avenue and I was smoking. So I just held the cigarette like this. I didn't have time to, so it's burning me. My dad told me many years later why he stopped and talked to me at length. He wanted to see how long I was going to hold that cigarette and continue smiling. And I continued. I got a little place in a slum across the road. Got a very cheap room, drink your chang, blackout, 6 a.m. when they open, you are there, 6, back. Sometimes you don't have money for rent, sleep in the park. And that was my life. I think the plane landed, I was standing, fracas. I came out, I kissed the soil like the Pope. Then I'm now being asked, where's the luggage? I'm saying I'm the luggage. So if you ask me to prove now that I was in India, I have no stamped passport, photograph, degree, even a mode of dress, Indian, nothing. Then I'm seeing my mom there, I've gone to hug my mom. Then some fellow is pushing me and I'm asking, who are you? And I'm seeing he has a gun. And then my mom saying, my bodyguard. I'm saying, bodyguard, Kwani, what's going on? My mom is a minister. Oh, anyway, I'm telling the guy, you are her bodyguard, but she's my mother. And the next time you push me like that, Moyale or Lodwa, which one is hotter? You will learn because you will be posted hardship. Leave me alone. So I would live with slippers, buy milk on credit, my wife's going to pay. Then something, the way you hear people saying the devil, it's not the devil, it's the alcoholism. I've actually gone to buy this milk. We come, we make tea. I go to the next kiosk and sell those 4 packets at half the price. See, I've got this little money from 4 packets of milk, which is enough for almost 2 glasses of changa. But no, I go to a bar that I was mugged. Can you guys contribute? I go home, I change, get some money, I come back. Guys contribute. Of course, they buy me a few drinks saying Pole. Then I move 10 bars away, same story. Then I move, and I left to buy milk. My name is David Ogot. I started drinking at the age of 13 because I couldn't talk to girls. And this led me on a 27-year career as a terrorist, because I think all addicts are terrorists. We terrorize ourselves, we terrorize our families, we terrorize those around us, we terrorize the society. Interfered with my studies, driving me from my top student to bottom, cut short my education, leading me going abroad to do a 3-year course, staying for 4 years, never stepped into a classroom, couldn't hold a job, disrupted my family life completely, broke it, before actually taking me on a different tangent to what I do today, which is talking about drugs prevention, awareness creation, policy formulation. And if my story can help even just one person in my life, then just one in my lifetime, then it will have been worth the whole journey. How did I end up alcoholic? When I was in primary school, so basically puberty, you are growing up, you're having interest in the other sex, And I've always been a loud guy. But suddenly, a girl would look at me and I'm tongue-tied, I don't know what to say. And so now the interest started, and every way I tried, I could not talk to girls. My mind would go blank. And this continued into Form 1. So I'm asking my friends, how comes you guys, whenever we are out during the holidays, you talk with girls, etc. And they're saying, we told you the secret long time ago. Girls like tough guys. Guys who smoke cigarettes. Guys who drink alcohol. And you refused. Actually, they had told me that in the first term, and I actually refused because as you see me today, I am handsome. But that time when I was in Form 1, I was extremely, extremely, extremely handsome. So, and my voice had not broken, was very high. So when they were trying to tell me to smoke, I told them, my daddy said if you smoke cigarettes, you'll get cancer and die. I don't want to die. And alcohol is for big people. So they would laugh. So finally, I forced myself to smoke. I started with cigarettes. First time I coughed like a fool. And what is the input? Because even before I made this decision, what is the input? You're looking at the movies. What are you watching on the movies? And those were the days of cowboys and Indian movies. And always at the end of the movie, the tough guy who was smoking cigarettes, drinking whiskey, not even beer, spirits, neat, would ride off into the sunset and later drive off into the sunset with the girl. So I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the novels I'm reading, I'm looking at the media around me, the movies, the what, everything is pointing to the same thing these guys are telling me. So I start with the cigarettes. I tried alcohol. I stole my dad's alcohol when they were up country. I stole my dad's alcohol. I don't know what to pick, because my dad had a liquor cabinet. It had all kinds of alcohol. So now I'm thinking, what do I drink? What do I pick? What do I taste? What do I start with? I couldn't figure out. So I told myself, monkey see, monkey do's. My dad drinks Pilsener. So I picked Pilsener. Poured it. I didn't know there's a style to pouring a beer. So I think it was half, 3/4 foam. I took a very big sip and spat it. By this time, I'm smoking. So I said, if this is how alcohol tastes, I'm not going to drink. So we're out during the holidays, we're seated, let's say Nairobi Cinema. There used to be a restaurant downstairs. And then you are going for the 3:00 movie. So my friends are drinking their alcohol and smoking their cigarettes. Me, I'm drinking soda and my cigarettes, and they're talking to the girls, and the girls are laughing. And then me, I'm asked, you, and everything I had planned in my head goes blank. So at the end of the day, when I'm telling them, but I'm smoking, alcohol I'm not going to drink. I tried it, I don't like the taste. They said, no, your assignment is half complete. So this story of smokers, floaters corner, before going to second form, I went, stole my dad's booze. I would drink, I would vomit, I would drink, I feel nauseous, I would drink, I feel bad. But I was determined that by the time I'm going to Form 2, I would be able to drink and smoke so that I could get a girlfriend, or the drink would kill me, one of the above. So at the point now, I went to Form 2. I actually was able to drink 2 beers. I had actually started liking the taste. And the first time we went out, I think it was half-term or something, and we're sitting now, I'm with my cigarettes, I'm with my alcohol, and the girl asked me, and what about you? I told stories. The girls on this table were laughing. The girls on the neighboring tables were coming to see, who is this? Don't forget, extremely, extremely, extremely handsome guy, and these jokes. And I turned and told God, thank you, Jesus. My problem solved. So that's how I started drinking. Then by the time we're getting to third form, some of my guys are smoking marijuana, weed, bangi. So they're telling me try. Now, in my mind, alcohol and tobacco are not drugs. My dad was drinking, my brothers were drinking, my cousins were drinking, and so on. Uncles. My mom used to drink before she stopped because of medical issues. So to me, drugs were things like heroin. Again, the movies. What were you seeing? Drugs was always heroin, cocaine, this kind of stuff. And bangi. So again, peer pressure. One time we're in the field smoking, there were no cigarettes and they were smoking weed. I said, bring. Took a puff. And the plane took off. See, I'm the pilot. The plane is heading for a mountain. I am trying to turn the plane. It is flying through the mountain. I am coming to land the plane. Just when it is landing, I'm about to put the brakes, it takes off, and I told God, please, if you help me land this plane and get out, I will never smoke bangi again. And truly, when that plane landed and I got off, I did not touch bangi again till Form 6, 3 years later. Again, I had a bad experience. So anyway, now I'm proceeding with the alcohol. My grades start going down. Where I was drinking 2 beers and feeling the buzz I wanted, now I need 3 beers, then 4 beers. Now, we are all smoking. We are all drinking alcohol. Some are smoking weed. We are all tough guys. Now, who is the toughest of the tough? I now want to drink during the term. That is when I started stealing from home to get money to buy alcohol. That is when we started drinking changa, which we used to buy. We used to sneak out to the kijiji. It was called across the fence, so going across. Started drinking changa, and you're drinking with prefix. So it's government within now government. And you're buying for the prefix, so you have protection. So by the time I'm getting to Form 4, of course, my grades have really gone down. So from top student, you are now sliding towards tail end. And of course, when you go home, my dad is asking, my mom is asking, what happened? You always have an excuse. There's a teacher who doesn't like me. I was not feeling well, but don't worry, next time I'll do better. So that time, guys, they're always studying. As we're looking for ways to get alcohol, we even brewed alcohol in Form 4. Our grandmothers, who never went to school, know how to brew. So as we've done chemistry, it is how difficult. So somebody says, I hear you need yeast. Somebody said this. And those days, there's no Google. So we came up with a formula, found empty containers, got all the ingredients. And you see, when you're a young person, you know that adults are stupid. And they're stupid in this order. Most stupid are teachers, followed by parents, followed by any other adult. And the reason we think this is because they have eyes which don't see, ears which don't hear, and noses which don't smell. Because by Form 4, now we are like junior seniors. So during prep, there's the common room, which is a large room. The others, Form 3 to Form 1, are sitting on benches, on tables. Then around the room, there are little cubicles for the Form 4s. And then the seniors have their cubicles elsewhere. So when we're now brewing, we have our little jerry cans in our cubicles. After some days, you can smell something like alcohol, like from 30 meters away. Yet the housemaster and the deputy housemaster, every evening, announcements, what? Nobody's asking, what's that smell? Like alcohol. Then there was one day when our things are now brewing nicely. They're fermenting nicely. Then the housemaster said, can we have our evening prayer? And one of the seniors picked was one of the brewers. So just that when people are bowing their heads to pray, that moment of silence, one of the jerry cans is fermenting very nicely, made a very loud hissing sound. And everyone, we were just waiting for the housemaster to ask, what is that? And instead, he's looking at this guy, please, can we have the prayer? You see? So, ears which don't hear, noses which don't smell. So anyway, our brew got ready very nicely. We sieved it very nicely. It actually looked like pineapple juice. Poured it into glasses. We are doing cheers, cheers. Nobody's drinking. See, you drink. No, see, you drink first. Because it looks like alcohol. It smells like alcohol. But we are not sure. So somebody had a very bright idea. You know, when you are young, you have very bright ideas. Rabble call. Rabble! Yes, yes, yes. You. The rest of you dismiss. Then you give your guy a glass. You tell him drink. Toop, 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 toop. Thank you, sir. Suppose what we came up with was poisonous. Suppose, because if I recall rightly, we were 6 or 7 brewers. So there were 6 or 7 tasters. That would have been 6 or 7 children who would have died. And there would have been 6 or 7 parents screaming, asking, if you wanted alcohol, why didn't you just say, instead of going to concoct? And I would not be telling this story. But then they didn't die. Luckily, when you are brewing, as opposed to distilling, the worst they could have got was a stomachache or cramps. So as this is going on, of course the marks are going down because now your concentration is different. How do you get money? How are you going to sneak out? Who's having a bash? When? etc, etc, which nightclub are you going to? And so on and so forth. So off I went to Aga Khan High School. By this time, my drinking, the tolerance is simply you need more alcohol or whatever drug you're using to feel the same effect. And you know, with us, the way we take it, that the more alcohol you are able to drink without staggering, puking, and so on, you are more of a man. You are even told, you see, why can't you drink like a man, like they've Ogot? So there used to be a competition where you put like 10 guys or 6 guys on one side and the equivalent number on the other side of a table. Then all of you get a mug full of a beer, which is 1 bottle, 500 ml. Then a guy says, on your marks, get set, go. So the first guy picks, you empty your beer, and then you put the you put the mug upside down on your head, which allows the next guy to do whatever. I was always either at the front or usually stopper at the end, because I would do a mug of beer like this. Wah! Pa! You've drank a full beer in seconds. Oh, your team wins. Yeah, congratulations. Let's go again. Yeah. Everyone wants me on their team. So in another few minutes, again, wah, pa, you've drunk another full beer. That's 1,000 liters in less than 10 minutes, and so on. Ask me who is playing on the pitch. I have no idea. That's not what took me there. So anyway, my tolerance now is very high. Out of the tough guys, I'm the tough guy. How am I choosing girlfriends? My problem was how to talk to girls. Now, my problem is which girl to choose. I keep repeating, extremely. Nowadays, just handsome. But if you had seen me those days, now, I'm choosing a girlfriend based on, can she buy me alcohol? Can she steal her father's alcohol? Can she give me money for alcohol? And the best girlfriend is that who can steal her father's alcohol, buy me alcohol, and give me money to buy alcohol. That's how. I'm now a daily drinking officer. Shoplifting. What are we stealing? Alcohol, cigarettes. To date, I can get a quarter bottle of spirits, put it between my legs, and not inside my trousers. In between my legs, and walk apparently normally, and come and pay for a pencil and walk out of the supermarket and shrink. To date, in fact, I should practice. I haven't done it for long. These were the skills we are learning when others are learning about Hammurabi and whatever, because now I was doing English, literature, geography, history, and for the exam there was general paper. Now, at one point, we were made school prefects. You see, all these things we're doing, but the appearance we're giving the teachers is we are very responsible, blah, blah, blah. So I dashed to my dad and tell him I need some money to go and buy that stuff so that my blazer can be modified, prefect's badge, different tie, and so on and so forth. And I already know, remember adults, stupid, I already know how my dad is going to react. I not even tripled, I multiplied even by 50 the cost of everything. Plus I knew he was going to give me extra money. So I go there and I could literally see my dad thanking God. Finally, my son has changed. Because if he hadn't been changed, he wouldn't be being appointed school prefect in waiting. So just like I thought, he did not question any of the prices. He gave me the money, plus gave me a lot of extra money. This is, keep it up. It's good you have realized. And I said, stupid. And I went and whatever. Now I'm walking in school and somebody's, excuse me, sir, and me, I'm just walking. Then some kid is tugging my jacket. Excuse me, sir. Sir. Yes, yes, what do you want? So the first time I put some young fellows in detention was on Saturdays. There's no school on Saturdays or Sundays. These are day school. You have to come and supervise. You have to come in uniform. I am passing through school. Girls are seeing me in Aga Khan High School uniform on a Saturday, which is a major drinking day. I have no issues per se with the uniform except green and that kind of beige, whatever. Those are not my colors. I'm sorry. So I said no more detention. I would catch somebody, bribe, money, etc. They set a trap, we were caught. So we were demoted. To date, my parents know I was a school prefect in Aga Khan High. So unless they're watching this program, and my mom, if she's watching from heaven, knows I did not last even a term before being demoted. So what I would do, I would leave the house in that uniform. Then when I get to school, hide it in a bag. You see, my parents are not seeing the alcohol is I'm over 18. I smoked. There's once, my hand here, there is a bun. This is a cigarette bun. Okay, I have other buns, cigarette buns, where I used to burn myself. But this one was when I saw my dad on Kenyatta Avenue, and I was smoking. So I just held the cigarette like this. I didn't have time to, so it's burning me. My dad told me many years later why he stopped and talked to me at length. He wanted to see how long I was going to hold that cigarette and continue smiling. And I continued. And I smiled and I talked to him till we finished. I actually extinguished the cigarette without, I felt the pain later. But they never saw me smoking. There was one time my mom accused me, or was it my dad, or both, who accused me of smoking weed. And by this time, we'd have given up. Tried it again from 6, didn't work for me. Bad flight, I told God, I'm sorry, I promise, please just land me one more time. I'm not boarding again. In fact, I was the first guy to say I'm not boarding before Miguna. So my mom or my dad or both accused me of using bangi. So I went, I smoked bangi. Then I came home. I was being told the next day the things I did, it's raining seriously. And the things I did, and my dad threw me out in the rain, and my mom was trying to protect me, and my dad said he will throw her out in the rain also. And I slept under a car. Heavy rain. Next day I'm asking what happened. I'm being told. Then I told them, now yesterday I had smoked bangi. So don't ever accuse me again because you falsely accused me the other day. So yesterday I went, I smoked, and you saw. Even I can't remember these things you're telling me. Me, I'm wondering why I'm sleeping under a car, and I'm wet, and I almost got pneumonia. And those days, all my teeth were there and handsome. So, India. Now, why I think also India came, I had been invited as a guest of the Indian government for a short story workshop in New Delhi. That was, I think, a year after, the following year after I did my A-levels. So I went, we were staying with diplomats, so of course there was pombe, drank, came back. And I thought going to India because of that story. Finally, I was packed off to India. I drank on the plane. So even when I'm drinking, I found what is the maximum amount of alcohol I can buy? It was 2 liters. What is the maximum amount of cigarettes I can buy? 10 packets, 200 sticks. So those I've bought duty free. They're in my bag, hand luggage. Then this stewardess is pouring alcohol. I'm saying, please, what are these small, fill this glass. Oh no, we think. Then I'm asking her, excuse me, what is your job? Is this your alcohol? Your job is to serve me. Have you seen me misbehaving? Please fill this glass. I don't want to keep ringing the bell every 2 minutes. You are coming. What is this you are pouring for me? It's not even passing here. And then now why they started pouring for me? Because they're realizing this guy is drinking a lot of alcohol, but when he's walking in the plane, you know how people are going to the toilet, they're holding the chairs on the side. Me, I'm walking the way I would walk here. So I said, okay. Mtungi, tank. So landed in India. Now where you land, you take a local flight to where you're going. There were 2 girls, Kenyans, going to the same place I was, Udaipur. So in the hotel where we are, they give you supper, part of your ticket, you go and sleep, then they wake you up in time to take the internal flight. The girls came, we took our flight, we landed, Udaipur. Airport is full. Welcome committee. Kenyans, Nigerians. It's not us they're after. We have come with money. We have come with girls. It is summer. There is no work. The Indians can't get work. So you find somebody does Bachelor of Commerce, then he now starts Bachelor of Arts because at least he'll get accommodation in the hostel, he'll get food. The tuk-tuk driver has a PhD. So you as a foreigner, where are you going to get work? So money is coming, foreigners. They don't know the language, they don't know what. Kenyans, fresh meat. Boom, imefika. Luckily, I see a distant cousin. Say, pass, I'm going to stay with you. These girls are sticking with me because I seem to know my way around and what to do and etc. So at least they've got accommodation. Well, hey. So I asked my cousin, in Bombay, I found a very silly waiter who sold me alcohol. Is there alcohol here? I said, yes. We can buy, yes. But we are students. But I was told in Kenya, my friend, India, there are some states which are dry, there is no alcohol. It's not sold, it's not legal. The state you are in, Rajasthan, is very wet. How much alcohol do you want? Rickshaws, tuk-tuk, let's go, wine shop. You guys know the best drinks here. Me, I'm paying. So I drank. In the evening, one of these ladies was from my ethnic group, Luo. The other one was Kalenjin. In the evening, Luos have come. Kalenjins have come. There was a fight. Stones were raining in the courtyard. So it was a square courtyard in that. Me, I just moved my drinks where stones could not land on me. I asked the girls, do you want to go with these guys? Said, heck no. As we're sticking with you, you are cousins. There were like 4 guys staying there. They'll show us how to get accommodation, where to register our car. Bus. Me, I'm drinking. My money got finished. I made friends in the wine shop. When my money came, the first, and guys are wondering, this guy has been here hardly a month. Already wine shop guys are giving him credit. As we've been here for years, even one beer, one bottle, we are not given credit. So that's what I would do. I would drink, entertain Kenyans. When I have money, throw parties, DJ at the parties, sing crazy songs. And that was it. Into second year. In India, changa, the equivalent of changa, is dyed. So in one state it can be light blue, in another, so that you don't carry changa from this state to another state. Drink your own changa. So I was in one of those dens. So this Indian guy comes, he has a monkey. I like the monkey, a baby monkey. Very nice. Can you sell to me? I don't have money. I have jeans. I don't know, that time Indians really liked American jeans. So I went to give him some old jeans. He gave me the monkey. So I bought a very thin chain. So the monkey, I named it Ringo, after one of the Beatles. So Ringo would put his hand in my stomach, then hold it, sit on the motorcycle. You see the hair blowing. So like now when there are football matches, Kenyans versus Palestinians or Nigerians or foreigners, blah, blah, blah. Me, I would walk around the pitch with my monkey saying my own things, whatever. So I was the mganga and I'm paid in pombe. Now there was something called wengbeng. Wengbeng was weed, pounded, so it actually looked like mrenda. I don't know what mrenda is in English. So it was kind of slimy. So they would ask you how many teaspoons you want. Then they would mix with water and you drink. So the guy who told us, do you want to try this? And you are advised, if you are a newcomer, just take a bit. So me, I looked at these things. One, I've had it's weed, and I know me and weed, I'm not body. So there was a guy who said, no, give me a teaspoon. First timer. Pop. This is my first year. Guys had bicycles or mopeds. That time I haven't bought a Lucifer, hiring bicycle. Next thing we are riding, this guy just starts riding like a mad fellow. This is an interstate highway. Trucks are passing there at another speed. There are no bumps. Guy on a bicycle. No, stop following me. Then next thing we see the guy throwing down the bicycle. Then he's running on the lane of oncoming trucks, shouting God knows what. In the middle of this highway. We grab that guy. That guy is strong. We took him to the hostel, we tied him down. The next day we're asking the guy, what's wrong? What happened? The guy is saying he saw the road dividing into two, with a sign here, heaven, hell. And the bicycle was going side of hell. So he's I never touched Wengbeng. So my second year passed. And I'm now with Lucifer, I'm with Ringo, my monkey. Just generally drinking. Money is being sent. No class. Third year, some guys came. They've come, want to take you somewhere. Asked where. No, you just come, we take you. Tell me, where are you taking me? Is there Pombe? Want to take you to a classroom. This is your third year here. Want to take you to a classroom, any class. Just walk in, look at the classroom. It might inspire you this year to register. I told them, stop being stupid. When I came here 2.5 years ago, see, my college was there, where it is. Last year, see, it was there. The year before, it was there. When I came, see, it was there. The time when I'll decide to register, see, I'll find it in the same place. I know where it is. Get out of here. So now I'm sitting drinking, waiting to go to a party. Then I don't know what happened. Some thought just entered my head. How I started drinking now, my grades in Form 3, my O levels, my A levels, all the crazy things I was doing here. Then I'm thinking, one of my brothers went to the US before me. Yet I'm the firstborn. The following year, Mzee is to send fees. He tells Mzee, don't send fees. I'll work and pay my own fees. Use that money to pay fees for David. I hear David has agreed to go to India, finally. The other brother has gone after first year, paying his own. And all these guys, one's an architect, one's an aeronautical engineer, my sister's a doc, psychologist. All of them, my parents only paid first year. Even my sister, my parents used to get so mad. They go to the US to visit. When they're returning, my dad opens his luggage, he finds an envelope with a check he had sent the previous year, not cashed. Here I am in third year. I've not stepped into class, doing funny things all over India. So I'm looking at all these things and I'm telling myself, no, I'm useless. So I looked and felt, okay, some parents lose all their children, disease, accident, something. If I kill myself, because I've tried to change, and I don't seem to be changing. So maybe all these guys telling me I'm useless, maybe it's true. So if I kill myself, they stop suffering, they stay with the 3 good kids. 3 out of 4 is not a bad deal. So I got a knife, I started cutting myself all over here, my chest. I was trying to cut an artery here. Hey, forget what you see in the movies. Somebody, they're removing the bullet, that he drinks some alcohol, the pain. Nothing, I was feeling pain. I said, no, God, if I'm going to die, I'm not dying like this. So I went around the house and I'm bleeding. So I gathered all the medicine I could find, drink with whiskey. So the next thing I'm seeing, like clouds coming, I'm seeing my mom's face coming in clouds going out. And I'm thinking I've died, I'm in heaven. So those are the clouds. But I left my mom in Nairobi. Why is my mom here? So what saved me was Pombe. This party where I was going to buy half the booze, they came to check where this guy is. So they later told me they had me making funny sounds. They thought thugs have come in, broke the door, found me convulsing, I've peed on myself, whatever. Thought I'm having some epileptic fit, got a tuk-tuk, took me to the hospital, reaching the hospital, and I was in a small town. By 7:38, most guys are in their houses asleep, the town shutting down. So the doctor says, this guy has swallowed some medication of some sort mixed with alcohol. Do you have the boxes so we can know how to treat? Of course, they hadn't thought of that. Then they thought it's epilepsy or something. Then the doctor said, but anyway, he has taken too much alcohol, he'll be dead by morning. So make arrangements to collect his body. So they dashed to the student council chair, Kenya African Student Association chair. He came, sent a telegram to my mom, come, son dead, something, come, doctor says son will be dead, come pick the body. So my mom picked the next flight out and had been there like for 4 or 5 days. Me, I'm in a coma. I'm coming out of the coma, sleeping back. So that's the cloud thing, seeing my mom's face. Guys told me, you are so stupid, you can't even kill yourself. See how your mom has been here crying. She would have just gone there to the road and waited for those trucks. You jump in front of the truck, boom, quisha. So there's a policeman waiting to arrest you because your life is not yours. Then my mom sorted that out, sorted out my bills. My mom asked me, do you want to come home? I said yes. No questions asked, said yes. Then my tough drinking buddies started laughing. Look at you, tough guy, your mother's coming for you. Mama. So I told my mom, I've learned my lesson. You just go back. When I'm well completely, I'll register in college. Let me study. My mom said, are you sure? Yeah. She bought me a ticket. She said, in case you ever get to that point, just jump on a plane, come home, we won't. I said, Mom, I can't try. So what happens, people would wonder why there was no shouting. You come, you've got a telegram, come and pick your son's body. You come, you find the son is alive. You are told he tried to commit suicide. You are not going to say anything that can make him, no, you are not, no, how do I get him back to close to where I am? And if he's saying no, he wants to stay, yeah, okay. Don't upset him. He might try again, and this time he'll succeed. Leave him the ticket. Tell him nothing will happen. Nobody will ask him all these years, all the money. You've never stepped into a classroom. So we're escorting Mom to the airport. Who do I load the tuk-tuks with, the taxis? My drinking buddies. Plane takes off. See, I'm done paying. Wine shop. I'm still on medication. Started drinking again. Money finished. Town became too hot. I took off to New Delhi. Too hot means I had too many dates all over the place. Of course, everybody has told my parents, my mom, what was happening. Now in New Delhi, there was a place called Changtown. Changtown is a Tibetan refugee camp. So the first time you drink it, you must diarrhea within 30 minutes. I always said I'll do a study to find out why. It's like Moratina. It's made out of rice, pineapples, etc. Very cheap, sold in jugs. By this time, I've learned guitar. So I'm there playing my guitar, blowing saxophone, singing funny songs, and guys are buying chang. And when Kenyans come to get their checks from the embassy, Delhi is huge. It's like Nairobi 40 times. You get lost. So we take them to the embassy, and they're processing their papers. And after some days, they get their checks, and they say, how can we thank you? And we say, just come and buy some booze. And everybody must pass Changtown. They've heard about it before. So we've taken you to the bank. You've withdrawn your money. We've taken you to buy your bus ticket or a train ticket. We've seen where you've kept your money you are going back with. We've seen where you've kept your money that you are going to buy as chang to say thank you. So when you arrive there, when the diarrhea hits you, you dash, we drop some tablets into your drink, and you come, and as the saying says, I think Kiswahili, though Kiswahili is not my mudomo, asiyofundishwa by, yes, that one, he who is not taught by his mother will be taught by the world, and we were the world. So you come, you doze, we relieve you of all your money except your ticket. We were good guys. Your ticket and some little money to buy something to eat on the way back, and go and think about that being taught by your mother and the world, which you prefer. So that was the life I was leading. Changtown, all foreigners had to leave, non-Tibetans by 6 p.m. I got a little place in a slum across the road. So I would close Chang, we would carry it in plastic papers like the one which were banned here, transparent. So you are carrying, like you see in Nigerian movies, they carry water. We are carrying bags of Chang. We go stagger across. Now this is a crazy highway, crazier than the one which passes through town, because this one has 2 lanes this side, 2 lanes. So you're crossing into the slum, got a very cheap room, drink your Chang, blackout, 6 a.m. when they open, you are there, 6, back. Sometimes you don't have money for rent, sleep in the park. And that was my life. So one day, wake up to go across, and I'm hearing a commotion. A child had fallen in a sewage, open sewer hole. You see, the alcohol in my head, that time I was not sober. My friend is not sober. So you come, Batman, Superman, it's a plane. We're going to rescue the kid. That is what the alcohol showed me. This is sewage, human waste. The guy holding the rope is equally drunk. So you are there fiddling inside. Fumes, the rope is slipping. After 5 minutes, said, no, this kid must be dead. So he gave up, came out. The Indians are looking, how stupid are you? How do you enter sewage? And me, I'm wondering, these guys, it's your child. So I went, I bathed, or I tried to bathe. I think for 2 weeks, I felt I smelled of S.T. I bathed, I sprayed myself with perfume. But when I walked across the highway into Changtown, heroes welcome. Their structures were called tents. Some were wooden, some were stone, many were actually tents. It was actually the Tibetan refugee camp, very big. I was a hero. To them, life, that you tried to save a life. Every tent I was being called, for you, forever, you are here in Delhi, free Chang. You never pay Chang again. Hey, hey, hey. I told my friends, "Boss, now we are set." I was almost being given exemption of foreigners to leave at 6. So that's where my base now became. Finally, I camped at the Kenyan High Commission. I got tired. I had to go home. Now they are not sending a ticket. I had rastas, dreads, which looked like Mau Mau, freedom fighter. So I told them, this is Kenyan soil by international law. I'm a Kenyan. You can't throw me out of here. And I am not leaving here until you put me on a Kenya Airways plane back to Kenya. I got tired. I got bored. Every day, the same thing. I got tired. I don't know. I wanted to go. And now, after crying wolf, tickets are sent, I sell. And it's very hard to sell a ticket. They're even written down there, printed, non-transferable. I would sell. I was escorted onto a plane once. Then something happened in New Delhi. And the High Commission guy said, that cannot be Ogot. I escorted him. I was on the runway. I saw him enter the plane. Then they described, tall guy, very red lips, dread. Oh God, how? I thought you put him on the plane. This time I was escorted. The ticket was given to the stewardess. Do not give him this ticket until this plane is in the air. The High Commission person waited on the runway until he saw the plane take off. Then they called Bombay, now Mumbai. Same procedure. And the fellow was told, stay on the runway and confirm to us. Do not disconnect. We will hold. When you confirm that plane is in the air, then we will contact Nairobi and say higher. The problem is now coming your side. That is how I landed. 4 years, no passport, no degree, no papers, no luggage, nothing. Even the clothes I was wearing were bought by the High Commission. First they took me, my head was shaved, bought me clothes, airport. So I'm landing, I'm asked, where's your luggage? Oh, now in the plane. There was some money my dad gave me when I went to India. Somehow I hung on to a 20 shilling note in all the fracas. So I'm asking for alcohol, salt, money. Proudly present, and I want Kenyan beer. And I'm told you have to pay in dollars. So I'm asking, I'm a Kenyan. This is a Kenya Airways plane. I'm asking for Kenyan beer. And we are going back to Kenya. Do you know the last time I was in Kenya? And then you are telling me about dollars. And I don't have dollars anyway. If I had dollars, what I want is the booze. Do you know I made fracas on that plane talking about my brother-in-law who was then a steward for Kenya Airways, so I won't mention his name, though he has since retired. And I was saying, do you know so-and-so? He works with you guys. I'm going to tell him, you guys refuse. Okay, can you guys buy for me? I will pay for you when I'll refund you when I land in Kenya. Do you know I made so much fracas on that plane till passengers contributed? Because now I started walking with a hat. I was wearing a cap. You know, they had shaved my head bald. I was feeling it, so I bought a cab. So I actually walked around saying, you see, it's not my fault. I have Kenyan money, they're refusing. Passengers laughed until they actually, can we just contribute so that this guy sits down and stops creating fracas? So they actually bought me enough booze. I think the plane landed, I was standing, fracas. I came out, I kissed the soil like the Pope. Then I'm now being asked, where's the luggage? I'm saying I'm the luggage. Traveling papers, because I don't have a passport, so I had to go and get, I think many years have passed, so I cannot be jailed for this. I said my passport was stolen when I was coming from Chandigarh, so I was given an abstract to which the embassy then gave me traveling papers, which you hand in at customs. For some strange reason, I carried my CPE certificate, my EACE certificate, my EAACE certificate, other certificates, and everything, all those remained in India. So even my photographs. So if you ask me to prove now that I was in India, I have no stamped passport, photograph, degree, even a mode of dress, Indian, nothing. Then I'm seeing my mom there, I've gone to hug my mom. Then some fellow is pushing me, and I'm asking, who are you? And I'm seeing he has a gun. And then my mom saying, my bodyguard. I'm saying, bodyguard, Kwani, what's going on? My mom is a minister. Oh, anyway, I'm telling the guy, you are her bodyguard, but she's my mother. And the next time you push me like that, Moyale or Lodwa, which one is hotter? You will learn, because you will be posted hardship. Leave me alone. Now, I went home. Where's Dad? Dad's in Mombasa, is coming tomorrow. Okay. Now I've not told anybody. Remember my dad and Kibokos? I'm doing a sabu calculation. 4 years, no degree. I went to family friends, borrowed money. That's why I bought Lucifer. That my dad is sending the money. Huge sums of money. I did things in India. I did things. My dad comes next day. Oh, Dave, how are you? How's the flight? The guy talks to me like, hey. So I'm saying, yeah. When somebody has just come back fast, you let them settle. My dad is waking up to go to work. I've polished his shoes. I've washed the car. I've rushed for the newspaper. Somebody leaves a newspaper. I've rushed myself to buy. Brought. Nini carries his briefcase to the car. He goes to work. Comes back for lunch. He coughs, I jump. Dioyo. Nothing. After a week, I told my mom, hey, what has happened to this guy? Why? Where's the kelele? Where's the noise? Where's the caning, the beating? This one I'm actually... Then my mom asked me, if it was you, what would you do? So I said, thank you, Jesus. So I went to my dad, I said, I want a job. Can you get me a job? He said, what kind of a job? I went through my qualifications, told him anything. He said, so after some days he comes, the suit, tomorrow I'm taking you. So next day we went, Kenya Posta, where he had been chairman. Took me to the MD, Arap Ngenyi. This is my son I told you about. Professor, leave him with me. Downstairs, introduced to my department. This is your new clerical officer 1. Hallelujah. You cannot read newspapers during work time, etc. When work comes, we are all fighting for it because there are many of us in that department and others I came to realize who are not qualified but have parents who know people. So, telephone 0 to operator for external line. Hey, hi, are you back? Yes, me, I'm back. You have a job? Me, I have a job. Till we meet John, we have a drink. Started going out, started drinking. Shortly, I hear I'm going to be sacked. I resigned. CC to my father, they don't like laws. My dad said, got me another job. Something happened again, I was sacked. Went and told my dad, no, this one was ABC. My dad said, got me another job. When I went for the 4th or 5th job, my dad just told me quietly, die your own death. So I said, stupid man, what do you know? I went to my mom. My mom got me a job with Kenya Times. newspaper, government-owned, Kanu, one party. That is the longest job I have had to date in my life. 2.5 years. Sacked. Oh, by the way, these 4 or 5 jobs that my dad got me and I was sacked were in less than 1 year. I had gone through those. Some I lasted even a week. Now after being sacked, can't hold a job. I would know when my wife gets her salary before her. So I would go there very dirty. Or I would go and get money from my mom, simply go along with a policeman, making sure my dad is up country. Go with the policeman, puts me in handcuffs outside the house. Say, Mom, I'm ringing the bell. Mom, peace from upstairs. Because it's a Sunday, there's no office to go and con. So I'm checking, there's a policeman buddy I'm drinking with. Do you have your handcuffs? Let's go. Dad would be other things. Dad likes reading things. Dad, a policeman calls my dad that I've been arrested. My dad will ask what for. He said, see, that one, he has broken the law. Why are you calling me? In fact, I will even pay you. If you can lock this fella away for even 10 years, I can pay you handsomely. So that wouldn't work with my mom, with my dad. But my dad, Dad, now, I've registered for college. Which college? Computer. I want to do. Where? Kimathi House. I can pay by check. I can come and pay myself. I've shown him the prospectus, everything. I can come and pay myself. Yes. We'll go tomorrow. My dad goes, looks at the college, I've filled the forms, everything. They're stamped. He writes the check, hands it to another handsome young man there at the counter, writes him a receipt stamped. That young man, and my dad, I escort my dad down, come back. That young man is son of one of the directors, owner of the college, removes the equivalent in cash, takes his 1/3, we go to drink. So for a whole year, I was getting my problem came day of graduation. It's when my dad discovered, yes. Remember, still this thing, adults are stupid. So those are the kind of shenanigans I was doing, DJing in clubs, being caught by police, etc. My mom now came at one point and asked OCPD, was Otieno Osur, police, you do not have work to do. This guy, you arrest him because he doesn't have an ID. He's singing, walking from club to club at night. There are no criminals to catch. These are just minor things. Like, in fact, you should protect him. Now, if you arrest him again, and if he does a crime, arrest him. But if you didn't, you'll know who I am. So I'm called, David Ogot, Afande, Kuja. From the cell, put on my shoes upstairs. I'm told you'll no longer be arrested unless you do a crime. You see, my mom is thinking cell is a bad place for her firstborn. Thugs, rapists, criminals, murderers. So she thinks she's doing the right thing. To me, she has just got me 2 avenues of alcohol. One, I am telling everybody, if you walk with me, you can't be arrested. So everyone wants to walk with me. So I'm selling to the highest bidder, cash in my pocket. Where are we walking to? Bars. I'm not just going to sit there like my mom's bodyguard, I'm your bodyguard. No. So you buy me drinks. So my mom has opened for me 2 more avenues of alcohol. So the drinking goes on, the changa, I get sick, I get pneumonia. I used to wear, T-shirts, you're drinking cold beer, cold alcohol, you're out in the cold, you are not eating properly. By this time, I'm disappearing for days, even weeks. My daughter would tell my mom, let's go and look for dad. Where? Where do you say? I'm in those shady bars. Sometimes I'm not even around. And I left the house to go and buy milk. So I would leave with slippers, buy milk on credit. My wife's going to pay. Then something, the way you hear people saying the devil. It's not the devil. It's the alcoholism. I've actually gone to buy this milk. We make tea. I go to the next kiosk and sell those 4 packets at half the price, jump on a matatu, and matatus I don't pay because I would entertain the customer. I'm jumping out, I'm rapping, yo, hip hop, hey, make them laugh, get to town. Then, see, I've got this little money from 4 packets of milk, which is enough for almost 2 glasses of changa. But no, I go to a bar that I was mugged. And just some kind watchman at the place nearby gave me slippers. Can you guys contribute? I buy shoes. I board a taxi. I go home, I change, get some money, I come back. Guys contribute. Of course, they buy me a few drinks saying Pole. Then I move 10 bars away, same story. Then I move, and I left to buy milk. And I don't know. I remembered my mom had been telling me for years, David, if you get tired, just call me if you want help. So I came down to the call box. I made a reverse charge call to my mom. I said, I want help. My mom sent my wife, sent the driver, picked my wife, came with some money, clothes I changed in the toilet, gave me the money. I went to Maendeleo ya Wanawake building. There was a wine shop there. I bought pombe. My mom came. Then we went to, said, okay, get in the car. Went. Then they stopped some place. Car drives in there. Told wait in the car. So I thought, yeah, women's issues. So right, seeing some funny characters walking there. Then after some time, I think I dozed, woke up, see smelling some nice food, see somebody dressed like chef carrying a tray. So I went in, asked my mom, hey, you guys are taking long, I'm hungry. Oh, do you want to eat? Yeah, come. So I was taken to another room, sat down, given nice food, ate, hadn't eaten for days. Then I'm sitting on a nice bed. Said, let me just lie down a bit. When I woke, it was night. Where am I? I'm told this is a rehab. Hey, I made noise. No. I was told, wait, calm down, come, we show you something. So I'm taken another room, like a cell, metal door. Inside it's padded, the walls, the floor. There's a light shining from outside through a grill, but it's outside. I'm told now, we'll inject you what is called stopper. Then we'll throw you here, even if you bang your head on the wall, the floor, you can't injure yourself, and we'll keep you here sedated until you see sense. So choose. Either you go back to your room, calm down, or we stopper you and chuck you in here. So I said, okay, there's always plan B. So that was my journey into rehab. Of course, that place didn't work. Several visits, I think 1.2 M later, but I had learned of another place where finally I landed on October 1, 2000. And when I landed in that place, I was finished. And I was in my room, I sleep, go to the toilet, wake up, can't eat soupy things with pili-pili. Then I think 3, 4, 5 days is when I had strength to go for my first class or session or whatever. So you walk into a room, guys are seated, oh, we have a new fellow. Let us tell him who we are and why we are here. Before he does the same. So I'm John, an addict, I'm who. So I'm looking at these guys and I'm asking myself, what have I done? Why am I here? No. So when it was my turn, I said, I'm David from Nairobi. You're supposed to only use your first name. I'm here for 1 week to be taught how to drink like a gentleman, so that I drink, but I don't spend my kids' fees. I drink, but I don't spend the house rent, but I'm not like you guys. And when I reach Nairobi, I'll pray for you guys. And they laughed and they said, Karibu. No, before that week ended, the director, Caleb, his house was there. And he used to sit on the veranda in the evening. So you go and sit at his feet. literally sitting at his feet. So I would ask him that, I'm hearing this a disease. See, a disease has medicine. Yes, yes. Why can't I be given this medicine? I go, I swallow in Nairobi. Why do I have to stay in this backwater place? I'm not used to this pit latrine. This is a guy who's been homeless, sleeping in parks, railway stations. I'm not used to pit latrine, bathing in a basin, cold water, meat once a week, a small portion like this. Then he said, no, it is a disease, but without medicine, like that. So I said, if there's no medicine, how will I get better? He says, you see, your problem is your first drink. If you don't pick that first drink, you will have no problem. I looked at him, I stood up, I told him, you are a stupid old man. Do you know who my mother is? My father is. My father is a professor. That means he has read. My mother is a minister, worked for BBC, is a nurse, has read. All my brothers have degrees, multiple. Me, I got to A levels, which means I am reasonably read. Do you think if it was this stupid thing you are telling me, all this money, till even at one point I was taken to a witch doctor, all this they would have done, you are stupid. In fact, now I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm not staying a week. But I stayed. At the end of that week, a young guy comes in. When it's his turn to introduce himself, he says almost word for word what I said. And I laughed the loudest. And then I realized, how have I just introduced myself? David, alcoholic. Then what this old man had told me clicked in my head. If you don't pick the first drink, there will be no drink 2 day, 2 crate, 10, etc. And then I got so mad. And then I thought of all this, my life. Look at me. I'm almost 40 years old, etc. Because of this stupid thing. Why couldn't somebody tell me this? So I actually said, when I leave rehab, I'm going to use media. In fact, I wrote my first article when I was in the rehab. Not even cleared a month. I'm going to tell people you are being cheated. So I finished my 3 months, extended by 1 month. I was nicknamed teacher's pet. Look at this guy. He thinks he's going to get gold star. And I was telling them, there's going to be an exam. You pass, you live. You fail, you die. Everyone here came by themselves. You don't know who's paying for me, etc. So you guys, do what you want. Me, I am making sure I have enough knowledge that when I leave here, I am never coming back except I'm bringing someone else. That's how I cleared, left, started writing articles in the media, etc. People are calling, needed a place to sit. And that's where the office started. And that's what I do to date. Now, this old man passed away last month. And it put my head in a very bad place. And I even thought of drinking. And I've not had a drink for over 20 years. And this guy died because of COVID. And then I realized if I drink, I actually at one point locked myself in the house for 2 days. And I told myself, I could actually hear his voice. He had a very loud voice, Caleb Angira. Ogot, what is this you are thinking? And I actually thought, I could literally see Caleb rising from the grave to slap some sense into my skull if I drank. I thought, this guy, half the guys, if you go to most rehabs in Kenya, Either it's a guy who passed through him, or the counselor passed through him, or he was a consultant in opening up the rehab. If he was a multi-level marketer, there's so many his downline. This guy guided me. I guided guys who have guided guys. This guy went like that. There are so many useless people in this country who have died and flags are at half-mast. 21 guns, useless crooks. Caleb went like that. Nothing. Till I asked myself, why am I actually doing this? If Caleb, the guy who really, to my thinking, and on a very serious note, President Uhuru, and he used to buy me alcohol. Of course, you want the president those days, when I used to sing crazy songs, Kikuyu songs in Luo and whatever. If you watch this program, Uhuru, I'm just asking you for one thing. I've never even asked you for a job. But just pull a flags at half-mast move for Caleb. Give that guy EGH or whatever those awards you guys give, posthumous, for that guy. Because if there's one guy who deserves that in this country, Caleb Angira, may he rest in peace. For me, what is in my power to do, I salute you, Caleb. Thank you. And I will keep the fire burning until we meet. All the other crazy stuff I did in India, here, riding motorcycles abroad here, starting with stolen motorcycles, would have been shot if it was today. All those, God walked me through. Then got me to the right place, at the right time, with the right person. And then told me, go and tell them what you saw. And that's why we go, we tell our stories. I tell my story with my team. I actually wanted to quit this work because I've been using drugs for 27 years. Then now telling people about drugs. Can't I go and do something else with my life? The same God who was there for me is there for these other people. And that time of Caleb, I wanted to actually give up. Because Caleb, with all he has done, we are nothing compared to what Caleb has done. If Caleb could just go like that without even a tweet, 140 characters, is it worth it? And God works very mysteriously. When I came for this program, there's a lady called Vicky who I met on set, who talked about watching me on telly, followed me on social media, and my story changed her life. She says saved her life. And I'd actually, when I was coming to terms with Caleb's passing, I was telling myself, no, he has passed on the baton, as we will also pass it to others, but still just the way, not even a tweet. But what this lady, Vicky, said, that's why, that reminded me why we do this. And as Caleb used to say, There are people your story will help. You will never know who they are. They will never come to thank you. And there is no need. And let me just say it the way Caleb used to say it. And he said this all the time. Ogot, there's people your story will help. And you will never know them. And they will never know you. And there's no need for them to thank you or you to know them. Just know that they are there. I met one. And Vicky, thank you. You have also helped me today not to give up. I don't know if this is the right forum to make an appeal, but there is a book I wrote in 2009, and the foreword was written by the boss of United Nations on Office Drugs and Crime at the time, Dr. Abdul, and I've never managed to get it published. That some publisher out there, if you see this, let's get it published. But in that book, I talk about alcoholism being a trailer. Everybody has that trailer. And when you start drinking, the trailer has brakes. But at the point you cross into addiction, or alcoholism in this case, the brakes disappear. And they will never come back. Every time you pick up a drink, you have entered the trailer, and it starts. And your mother is there. Stop! Pop! Your dad, pop! Your husband, your wife, pop! Your employer, no brakes. And it's a trailer, 40 foot. And literally the only thing which stops it is whenever you get out, or death, something strong enough, and the impact will kill you. It is a very simple thing. Your trailer has no brakes, and the brakes will never come back. So let me show you how you can help yourself resist the urge to enter the truck. And in case you enter the truck, how do you get out again? For so long, I had been told useless, stupid. Look at your family. In fact, you are worse than useless, because a useless thing, a biro which has no ink, is useless. It can't write, but it does not suck. You are being bailed out of, you broke things, you stole things, you spoiled things, you are being hospitalized. So you don't produce, and for those who are producing, you are sucking from them. So you should even die so that people can breathe. If you are out there being told you are stupid, you are not connecting the dots. Why are you always in this problem? Why I tried to kill myself? Because I tried to change. I was not connecting that actually my problem, who I thought is my best friend, the alcohol, is actually the cause of all my issues. So if you are in that space where you don't understand, you don't make the connection. And addicts, we don't make the connection because reality alters. We blame. I'm drinking because the boss doesn't like me. My husband doesn't cook well. My wife dresses badly. The headmaster doesn't like me. The world is against me. Nobody understands me. That is the way we justify, because we cannot understand. How is it that I actually wanted to drink one beer and go home? How have I drank my whole loan or salary? Then reach out for help. There are many people like me. I am there. There are others. Allow us to be your guide. And if my story can help even just one person in my life, then just one in my lifetime, then it will have been worth the whole journey.